This your boy Tay, and welcome back to the channel Tay Trending. It's been a minute since I dropped a video. I took some time off, but I'm back, and I'm back in full effect, man. But today, I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about public transportation here in Atlanta, and more specifically, the MARTA system, which is gonna focus on buses, trains, and the new streetcar that they actually just constructed and put together. It surfaces a small area downtown, but we're gonna get into all that later. So I just want to cover the grand scheme of public transportation here in Atlanta for people that may be moving here or people who just recently moved here and don't really understand how it works, or just give people general details about how public transportation works here. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it, man. Alright, so like I said, in this video we're going to mainly focus on the train system here in Atlanta because that's the one that I use the most, and I feel like it's the most developed and the most prominent, and just in so many words, it's the best transit system I think we have here. And it's actually very complex. If you've never used it before, or if you don't know what you're doing, it's very easy to get confused or lost. It's a whole lot going on at one time. So basically, and I'm gonna put a graphic up of it right now so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And I kind of got one beside me too, so I can reference this because it's a lot to it. So basically, with the MARTA, you will have this station called 5 Points, which is in the center of the MARTA route. This is basically your center point in downtown Atlanta. This is the dead center of the MARTA transit system, and it's pretty much the center of downtown Atlanta for the most part. So going from there, you can connect to every train going east, west, north, or south. And there's trains that go in every single direction. They all run about every 8 to 10 minutes, maybe 6 to 10 minutes, somewhere up in there. But north, south, east, west trains run every 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes, all day, every day. And I think they stop going around 2 o'clock in the morning, so 2 o'clock at night. And it's very efficient though. So what you'll notice is this train goes as high north as North Springs and Doraville on the red yellow line, and it goes as far south as the Atlanta airport, which for most people that don't live here don't know, the airport in Atlanta is not downtown Atlanta. It's actually really south from downtown Atlanta. So the area from the top of the red and yellow north and south line is a stop called North Springs, I believe. Yes, North Springs for the red and Doraville for the yellow. At one point, you can see on the map how they connect at, where do they connect? They connect at Lindbergh Center, and then they continue on the one line all the way to the airport. But if you need to go to Doraville and not North Springs, then you would need to stop at Lindbergh Center and transfer to either your red or yellow line, just depending on where you're trying to go or get to. So it makes sense when you look at the map. That's why even when I'm explaining it to you, I have to kind of reference the map so I can really explain to you in detail what I'm talking about. And the same thing occurs on the east-west line. So the station that I use most of the time is H.E. Holmes. I live about 4 miles from the H.E. Holmes station in Atlanta, and I take it to go to school every day at Georgia State University, which has its own stop on that east-west blue line train. I use this every day. It's very efficient, and it's so much easier than trying to drive through downtown traffic, dealing with all that. Like, you can just hop on a train and you can get there in like 8 minutes. From all the way at H.E. Holmes, you can get to Georgia State in like 8 minutes. It takes no time once you get on the train. So it's my preferred travel. To continue on with like the colors, how I explain like the red and the yellow going north and south, like they're two different trains. They're going in the same direction, but you gotta realize at some point they split off. And if you're not paying attention and you're on the wrong train, you're gonna go to North Springs instead of going to Doraville. You have to really pay attention to what's going on. The same thing occurs going east and west. You have a blue line and you have a green line. The blue line is going to take you from like H.E. Holmes to like Indian Creek. I believe that's the last stop is. I never go that far, but I believe it's Indian Creek. And then there's a green line, which is Bankhead, and then that stops somewhere over there near Indian Creek, but it doesn't go quite as far. It actually stops at Edgewood and Chandler Park. I've never been that far either. I don't really use the whole eastern side of the MARTA system past Georgia State because I don't have a reason to go over there. So that's just a quick little reference of how the blue, the green, the red, and the yellow works. And like I said, man, it's just a really efficient system. If you're someone that maybe doesn't have a car, or you're just someone who doesn't like to drive, or you just don't want to deal with the traffic here in Atlanta because it's really bad, it's one of the worst in the nation, you can go to a MARTA station. A couple of them you can park your car, not all of them. The ones that are really, really centered around downtown, you cannot park your car at. But if you go to any of them on like the outskirts of downtown where most people live anyway and most people are actually closer to, there's always somewhere you can park your car there for free. Some of them are free long term, some of them are free short term for like a day or so. Park your car, get your MARTA card, boom, and you're good. Get on the train, go where you need to go. So next I would like to talk about cost. So the cost of MARTA train and bus, I believe, is the same. It's really cheap and affordable. I think it's $2.50 per trip. So what they consider a trip is going from the MARTA station where you are to where you're going. That's one trip. So if you pay for one trip, that's $2.50. If you need to get home, going back the opposite direction where you just came from, then that's $5. So it's a very affordable transit system. And, that brings in, certain types of people, not to like be judgmental of any kind of way, but when you have something so cheap and so affordable, I mean, you're talking $2.50 each way, you'll have, well, let me start here. Like, Atlanta is a place with a lot of homeless people, a lot of people who are addicted to very strong drugs like heroin, crack, whatever you can imagine. And these people will save up $2.50 and just pass out on like the MARTA buses and stuff and the trains, and that does happen. That's one of the downsides to it, but it's also a good thing for people who don't have lots of money and they just need a way to get to work and get home. So it's kind of a toss-up when it comes to that. You kind of get both sides of it. You'll see some of any and everything on the train sometimes. Like, people don't even follow the rules. Like, you're not supposed to sell stuff up there. People up there trying to sell you incense. They trying to sell you candles. They trying to sell you Gucci belts. They trying to sell you anything that people got their hands on. And that's one of the things that I really don't like about it. But 9 times out of 10, if you put your headphones in, you mind your business, and you just be in your phone, look forward, people don't talk to you, people really don't bother you. And that's the honest truth. Like, you just gotta really know how to just mind your business. Like, somebody come up to you trying to sell you something, like, don't even acknowledge them. Like, just act like you ain't hear them. You know what I'm saying? Be like, nah, I'm good. Like, simple as that. Don't entertain it. Don't ask questions. Like, keep your eyes straight. You know what I'm saying? And do what you do. Get where you got to go. And it's cool. Like, but yeah, basically to say all that is, all I'm saying is you should pretty much always feel safe there. I've been taking the MARTA now for like 7 or 8 months, like every single day, Monday through Friday, even sometimes on weekends. Like, the worst you're gonna get is someone coming up to see you trying to panhandle, which is technically illegal on the MARTA train. You might see somebody taking drugs. Like I said, you just mind your business. You're there to get where you're going and get home. It's affordable transportation. It's quick. It's fast. It's easy. If you see anything that maybe you don't like, or maybe if you do feel uncomfortable, you can always report it to the police that are at every station by the entrance. So if that's what you want to do, you can do that to help feel more safe, to secure your safety. But that's pretty much all I got on the train. As far as the bus, it works in the same way. I think it's like, I don't know how many it is. It's got to be like 100, 150 different routes and buses that run all throughout Metro Atlanta. So if you live in the Metro Atlanta area, it's a bus that comes near you. It's literally an app on your phone called MARTA on the Go. You can download it. I might even just put that link in the description for people that are looking to try it or just looking to try it out. You can find your address up there. You can find what bus route number that you would need to take. Mine is 73 where I stay. And every bus takes you to a MARTA train station. And it also takes you home in the afternoons. Like, so say when you get off your train station, the closest one to your house, you find the bus that corresponds with that to, you know, the closest area to where you live, and it'll take you home. It's very efficient. I mean, it's beautiful. Like, someone like me that didn't grow up in the city, like, it took me a while to adjust to it, but it's really a beautiful thing, and I feel like every city should really have public transit systems like that. I love it, and I'm gonna continue to take it every day, even after college, like, cause I don't see why not. You know, it's a beautiful thing. So, other than that, that's pretty much all I got. If y'all stayed through the full video, I want to thank y'all. I want to tell y'all to remember to comment, like, subscribe for future content. I got plenty more videos on the way. I have plenty of videos that I still have to edit and get up, but I'm appreciative for every single one of my subscribers, and I'm gonna get back to pumping out content like I should. And that's pretty much all I got, man. So I'm heading out, man. Peace.